Hey guys, today I'm reviewing a Bronztail, the One Tan and Tone Self Tanner, and this is a mousse, as you can see. I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars, so I do like it. This one actually is pretty expensive though. It's 6.7 ounces and it works out to over $8 an ounce. So that's very, very expensive. I think it's about 50 some dollars for this, if I remember correctly. So that's one drawback, is it's so expensive, and I do think there are cheaper self tanners that are just as good, if not better than this one, but I really did like the results I got with this one. This one is a 1 hour tan, so you can leave it on anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, and it has a really dark color guide. So it's a foamy mousse and it comes out dark brown with almost green undertones. I was a little nervous when I applied it because it looked bad on my skin initially, kind of greenish. But thankfully that didn't translate into my tan I was left with. It's really easy to apply. I only had to do one pass over my whole body. It blends in very nicely. I used a mitt and that was very helpful. I wouldn't apply this one with your bare hands. I would definitely recommend using a mitt. The smell of this one, it smells like self-tanner. It's not like the strongest self-tanning smell I've ever smelled, but I could definitely smell it, so that's something I don't like. But they didn't try to cover it up at all, which sometimes can end up smelling worse if they put a bad scent in there. But just so you know, this one does smell like self-tanner. Applying this one is super easy. Like I mentioned, just use a mitt and it's really easy to blend in all over your skin, and you can see where it's going because of the guide. Drying time. So this one I left on for 2 hours. You can leave it on for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, and it was sticky and wet on my skin almost the whole time. It definitely took over an hour to dry. It started to get a little dry at the 2 hour mark, but it was still definitely sticky and I knew it was on my skin, so it never completely dried. And you have to be really careful because you can't really apply clothes the whole time you have this on, or you can't sit down on anything because it will stain due to the dark guide. So you just kind of need to set out a chunk of your day where you can like be in minimal clothing or naked and not have anywhere to go and be at home for sure. So that's a little inconvenient as well. Now for the results, this one I left on 2 hours, so I was expecting kind of a medium tan. Then you wash it off and you're left with no tan. And then your tan starts to develop over 6 to 8 hours after that. So once I washed it off, I was back to being pale. I was a little weary that it was going to develop, but at 6 hours, I did start to see some tan, and by 8 hours, I had a really nice medium to dark shade tan, which I definitely wasn't expecting. Some of these express mousses don't work as well as others, but this one worked, and I really liked the tan. It was very smooth, very natural, no streaking. I think I could have gotten it darker by leaving it on even longer, or if you want a lighter tan, you can leave it on only an hour. So I was really happy with the results and the way it looked. And it lasted about 3 to 4 days on my skin. It didn't fade too patchy or bad. It looked pretty natural as it faded, which I was also very pleased with. Men, I think if you're looking for an express mousse, you will like this one. The results are great, but there's a few drawbacks, especially that it's so pricey. It's double the price of a lot of mousses out there. And it's sticky and doesn't smell the best. But overall, it gave me a really nice medium to dark shade tan, so I was happy with that. So I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and for more information on this self tanner and many others, please visit us online at SelfTanning.com and on Facebook and Twitter.